Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Put summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to another Friday night at the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
And bonsoir, darlings. Bonsoir to everyone. Comment allez-vous?
Oh,
okay.
All right.
I love you too, Ketel, with the yellow top.
And how are you doing? Both of y'all.
I'm just peachy.
How you doing?
I'm peachy like homemade wine.
Oh, no. Okay, well, but that's good. That's good.
How you doing tonight, Poppa DD?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
All right.
A little rested, you know.
Oh, boy. We're in trouble now.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Kick it up a
Everything
notch?
good? Yeah, let's kick it up a notch. You ready for the rundown?
Sure. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
I got my seatbelt fastened. Go for it.
You sure? All right. In 3, 2, 1. That's what our girl does on TGI Thursdays, boy. They crank it up on Thursday night.
They sure do. They count it down.
Yes, they do. That's what we getting ready to do, count it down. We got the hot topics going on. We have Trump's visit to Puerto Rico. Also, unfortunately, the mass shooting in Las Vegas. Harvey Weinstein to take a leave of absence amid sexual harassment claims. Our hit it and quit it headline. The State Street Corporation pays $5 million in discrimination settlement. Tim Murphy resigns from Congress in disgrace. Japanese woman dies from working too much. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees announced. Cam Newton thinks it's funny when women ask about routes. Winner sues Colorado for millions over fixed jackpot. We got What's Poppin' with Poppa DD. Got a surprise for us tonight. Our weird news. Man claiming to be from the year 2048 with a warning. Also, moving help unwitting accomplices in Montana theft. And sex robot molested at electronics festival. Okay.
Wow.
I'm just saying with red wine. Now, you want to control birth control? Living for the CD with Poppa DD. You got another surprise for us. My Hollywood wrap-up. Movies to see this weekend. American Idol and birthdays. Cocktail of the week is the Rookery. Our kissing list and the last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be right back with Hot Topics.
Je suis Ben Rouge. This is Redwine. And if you haven't heard of the Pajama Party Show, you have been missing out. We've got Hot Topics, Hit It and Quit It headlines, What's Poppin' with Poppa DD, Weird News, and I'm just saying with me, Living for the City with Poppa DD, and the Hollywood Wrap-Up with Ketel, the Cocktail of the Week, my favorite, and the world-famous Kiss It list, and of course, the last word. We serve it up every week on A Pajama Party Show, and nobody does it like us. You can call us each week live on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern at 914-803-4306, or you can listen live online at www.apajamaparty.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at @apajamaparty.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
And bonsoir. Once again, bonsoir. I was going to say bienvenido, but that's Spanish, so never mind.
We just learned that new one today.
No, it's welcome in Spanish. I was thinking in French, but it came out Spanish. That's what happens when you're multilingual.
Oh,
Anyhow.
Lord. Really? Really? Okay. All right.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Okay.
Anywho, we're going to move on to the hot topics for tonight. And I'm going to kick it off since I got the mic. Let's talk about Trump's visit to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
As you know, of course, of the Hurricane Maria that hit Puerto Rico. So Trump decided to go down and see firsthand all the devastation. And when he went there, this was on Tuesday, he could have taken time to listen to the needs of the officials and empathize with the people that survived the storm. But what did he do? Made it all about him. It was just, I don't even know what to say. It was unbelievable. When he wasn't soaking up praise for what he and the government and his people had done, he decided to compliment Puerto Rico for having a lower death toll than Katrina's storm. Go figure. So then he made an even more bizarre, insulting comment when he said that the deaths from Katrina, or he made reference to Katrina being a real catastrophe, as if to imply that the catastrophe that hit Puerto Rico was not a real catastrophe. I just think sometimes he engages his mouth before his brain can catch up. Now, of course, you remember Katrina. That storm killed about 1,800 people. Granted, it was about, so far now, there's been about 34 deaths in Puerto Rico, but that whole island has basically been shut down. Loss of power, loss of water, everything. So then he said, if you look at even death is a horror, Trump said, but if you look at a real catastrophe like Katrina, and you look at the tremendous hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that died, and you look at what happened here, really a storm that was just totally overpowering, nobody has seen anything like this. Now, what was he trying to say? Nobody quite knows. And then he went on to make other comments about the power being out and about the lack of drinking water. And one of his, people have speculated that his advance team should have prepared him better. And when they went for the visit, they went to what you would consider to be the more elite section of Puerto Rico. They didn't go to the poorer, more devastated areas. They went to the area where, before it was destroyed, it was a gated community. That's where they decided to go visit. And they went to a church that was in a position to be able to distribute food and water and whatever else they had available to distribute. And what did 45 do? He starts throwing paper towels out to the crowd, like somebody throwing coins to poor people. I have never seen anything so ridiculous in my life. And then he starts making comments to the media about how wonderful it was to go visit. And let me just quote what he said on the plane, what's it called, Air Force One. He's traveling with reporters. They asked him, how did the visit go? And I'm quoting, he said, that was a terrific visit. That visit was terrific. Really great. That was a great, great visit. Really loved it. Are you kidding? You went to an island that was practically wiped out by a hurricane, and you say it was terrific, it was great, everything was great, you really loved it? Something is terribly wrong with this person. And then when the reporter asked him whether or not he heard any constructive criticism, his response was, no, none. They were so thankful for what we've done. And the congressman will tell you that they're thankful. Even the bringing of the big, it's the largest hospital boat in the world. Really? He couldn't even think of the name of the ship with the big red cross on it. He said it's the big hospital boat. He said it arrived a little while ago, but I think it's been a great day. I have nothing further. That's all I can say. I am continually shaking my head in dismay, disgust, and confusion over the comments and the inappropriateness of the things that he says. And it's only when he goes off script. His script writers prepare well, they say the right things, but you can tell when he's on script because he reads it without emotion, without feeling. He just raises that hand. Every now and then the hand comes up, but the feeling and the sentiment, it's like empty. But when he goes off script, he gets that twinkle in his eye, he becomes more animated, and you can tell then he's speaking from the heart. He's saying what he really feels, and that's when he says stupid stuff. That's all I got. What you think, Papa?
Yeah, he's a unique character, for sure.
Yeah, that's a politically correct way of putting it.
Yeah, we know.
He's a jerk-off.
I mean, you really can't even put too much thought process on what he does because it's kind of, you know, he's never had a boss in his life. He's always been a leader of whatever he's doing.
And therein lies the problem.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to humble himself with anything. He never walked around with a problem worrying about things. The kind of stuff people just worry about on their job every day. You know, you got to understand that he's never had those kind of worries. He's
and
always
he can't take direction. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, it's very true. You know, he's been in a position where I'm the boss for years, so therefore nobody can, you know, he battles everybody. So, but, you know, this too will come to pass. So, we'll see what happens, you know.
What you say, Ketel?
Well, I really didn't like the demeanor, you know, he had when he was throwing the paper towels. Who does that?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Who does that?
You know, it's like always somebody has to be beneath him. And okay, I'm the big wig here, so I'm able to throw out paper towels that you guys don't have. I mean, really? Come on now. So give them some self-respect or something. You know, they don't have any dignity left because your jackass is throwing paper towels and shit at me. I wouldn't even want to catch one of them paper towels. I'm sorry.
I wish somebody had thrown it right back and hit him in the head.
Ooh, yeah, that would have been a good one. Yep. And, of course, the news media, they would have picked up on that, and you would have seen that all day, every day.
Yeah, that would have been all over Twitter. Memes would have been formed. They would have been putting it in animated GIFs so you could see the paper towels bounce off his head over and over.
You know, and the crazy part about it is he doesn't listen to any advisors or anything. Just like Poppa DD said, he's never had a boss. He's been his own boss. So, you know, you advising me to do something a certain way. Do you think they're gonna listen? He gonna listen to them? Heck to the no. I'm your boss, and I'm, you know, over you and woo woo woo. So they probably don't even say much. They probably don't even say anything.
Yeah, he's got all those advisors, and I'm sure they probably all have ulcers trying to advise him about what to say and what to do, and he completely ignores them. He probably tells them, yeah, okay, thank you, now go sit down. And then he goes and does and says something crazy.
Right.
So anyway, all right, we'll keep rolling. Ketel, you got the mic. What you got over there?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you know, we have to talk about this mass shooting in Las Vegas. It's just a horrendous thing that happened. But, yeah, this mass shooting in Las Vegas, just after 10 o'clock, a mass shooting, which happened, you know, they say this is the worst one in U.S. history. And this happened during a country music concert festival. This guy, Stephen Paddock, 64, he was a chronic gambler. I mean, he had money. He was a real estate investor. And also, I didn't know this, he was a former mail carrier from Mesquite, Nevada.
Oh, really?
And, yeah. So, I mean, you know, the expression of going postal, I mean, this is crazy. I mean, you know, did somebody get on your nerves that bad that you have to go after, unfortunately, 58 people that he killed, and he wounded over 500 at least? So, you know, they were saying that he had checked into the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino on Thursday, the day before the festival began. He rented out 2 rooms. It was a 2-room suite in the hotel's North Tower. And he was like 400 yards, they were saying, away from the festival, the country music festival. So he brought in 10 suitcases of weaponry that held over 23 weapons in it. And he had 2 tripods. So I guess, I don't know if the tripods would hold the rifles or to, because he also had some amateur video equipment. They said he was using that to use on the outside of the door and in the peephole to see if anybody was coming, down that hall, the corridor. I guess he had plans for people if they had decided to try to approach him. So he, did this within, 11 minutes? And, they were saying all these people were from all walks of life. They were college students, construction workers, hairdressers, union pipe fitter, special education teacher, Navy veterans, and also they had 2 Disneyland cast members. I was like, wow, that's a broad facet of people that were there at that concert. And I did hear a lot of people said they were going to go to the concert, but they chose not to, or they couldn't afford it, or, the timing wasn't right. And I guess they're looking at this and they're like, wow, that could have been me. I mean, this is just something that just blows your mind. It's unfortunate. So what's you guys' sentiment? I mean, how did you feel after this happened? I mean,
go ahead, Papa.
Me? Wow. Well, I tell you, I don't, sometimes you got to put in a position, the fact that he had money, I guess everybody just kind of let things happen. It's almost like on 9/11 when they bombarded Boston Airport in order to hijack, the Boston Airport baggage department in order to hijack the planes that day, how people was able to just get through. This is the same incident right here. There's no discussion of somebody bringing 10 heavy-ass bags in there. And then to rig up camera equipment in a hallway, were you paying people off with tips or what? How are you able to infiltrate a hotel so fierce like that? Without anybody recognizing anything. It's just so amazing. I think that the aspect of white skin and money, what it gives you access to is just unbelievable. And it just goes to shows, let's just make this person a black man, and he's got 10 bags, and he's bringing up camera equipment in the hallway. Really?
Yeah.
It wouldn't even fly for 5 minutes with somebody saying, there's something peculiar going on down there by that man, blah, blah, blah. Black men, people keep a watchful eye on them, period, from the very beginning. So like I said, between money and white skin, it just gives you access to where people turn a blind eye, or he may be passing out $100 bills, or who knows what his objective was to keep people quiet. But they sure kept quiet because you rigged up the whole joint. In all actuality, the 32nd floor belonged to you. To be able to do your thing, and that's very unexcusable from all the cameras and stuff like that in that hotel. It's very unexcusable on the part of the Medellin Bay. They should have something to.
Yeah, I don't know how he got away with that.
Yeah, it was a lot of things that went on that whether it be bellhops helped them or because guns aren't light. So they might.
He said he brought in all those suitcases over time. He didn't just check in with 10 heavy suitcases.
Okay.
He checked into those 2 rooms, and then bit by bit, he was bringing bags in. So if you come in there with, say, 2 suitcases at a time and just walk by the front desk and go to the elevator, nobody's going to look at that.
Yeah, but like I said, those guns aren't light. So,
right.
Good.
You got a good point. You got a good point there, Papa, because, what you said, Redwine, he brought maybe 2 in at a time. But what is security doing? They don't see any red flags. This man is going back and forth to his car so much. What's up? And also, if he had the video set up and stuff outside of his door, come on now, they got cameras everywhere. Like Papa said, he just infiltrated the whole 32nd floor. Come on now, Something's not
I
right
don't know how he got away with that. And they said the more the police have been researching this, they said that they found information, I assume, on his computer or something, where he had scouted out 2 other concerts in 2 other cities. I know one was in Chicago, and I can't remember now where the other one was. So apparently, for whatever reason, he had been looking for venues where there would be a large number of people gathered. And for whatever reason, he chose this one in Vegas.
Mhm. It wasn't far from where he lived.
Well, maybe that was the convenient thing. And the alleged girlfriend is saying that he didn't tell her anything. But they did say he wired a large sum of money to her.
Right. Oh, yeah. What's that about? Like I said, something just doesn't add up.
Yeah, that thing is rotten all over the place. But, you know, of course, we regret that people lost their lives, the 58 people that were murdered just for being at a concert. Didn't do anything, didn't bother anybody. And then those that were almost 500 people that were injured. I mean, this is crazy. He's up there busting windows out. You know, and that was another thing, too, that I was saying, that with the hotels, when you have those big plate glass windows, I remember years ago, hotels started using those kind of windows to keep people from committing suicide. So they got rid of the kind of windows that you could open. So for him to have bust those windows out, those windows, and you're up on the 32nd floor, they got to be really thick. They said he had a hammer up there. He must have been banging and hitting on that glass for a minute before that thing finally broke.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody didn't go investigate? Security? Come on now. Security must have been lax or sleeping. Something's not right here.
Something. They said that he did call. He did call down to the front desk, I'm not sure what day, to complain about the music in the room, I believe, under him or next to him, some room near him. I don't know if it was next to him or under him, that he had called down to the front desk to complain about how loud it was.
Really? Got a lot of nerve.
Oh, yeah. It was a whole lot going on with this guy.
Yeah.
And then because of the cameras, when he saw that the police had figured out where he was, he just took one of those guns and shot himself. So by the time they burst in the door, he was already dead from a self-inflicted gunshot.
Yep. Psychopath. Yep.
Yeah,
okay,
strange.
But I know a lot of stuff is going to come out. You know, telltale signs of what some things could have changed or they could have done better, and hopefully this is going to help. You know, we'll see.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, if anybody has any comments or wants to join the conversation, call us up on 914-803-4306 and press 1 to join the conversation. And we're going to kick it over to you, Poppa DD. What do you have on your hot topics tonight?
I got this gentleman, Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, he's a gentleman?
Yeah, for lack of a better word. He's going to take a leave of absence amid sexual harassment claims. Now, you know, here's another.
Here we go.
Yeah, here's another situation that the defense attorneys for Bill Cosby should definitely be putting in their files, you know, because, you know, between Bill O'Reilly and different people, the other guy, who was the original guy from Fox?
Roger Ailes.
Roger Ailes, you know, and we have another story about a congressman in here that did his thing. You know, it's just this sexual harassment and frolicking with the different females on the job while you're the boss. Like, and Weinstein was a big time Hollywood producer, promoter. He's a big dog. You know.
Yeah, he's major.
He's the pioneer independent film executive. He would take a leave of absence from his namesake studio after a news report detailed decades of sexual harassment accusations against him. All right, the article was published by the New York Times on this past Thursday. Said that Weinstein had over the years reached at least eight legal settlements. Okay, with women over alleged harassment. Now, I don't know whether Bill Cosby used pills or something that makes his case more volatile with the courts and all that jazz, but nobody even ever mentioned Harvey Weinstein to be arrested or to go to trial for anything. So this whole double standard behind who's doing what to who like that is just so disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't understand what gives you the right to do things and get away with it. And now you got Bill Cosby going up for a second trial. And the way that area is so pissed off that it was a hung jury on the first trial, they're going to get him on the second trial. You know,
Think so?
oh, without a doubt. Come on. Black man's a marked man. He's walking around with
Bullseye?
a bullseye on his back for sure. Yes, he is. So the allegations were levied by actresses and different celebrities as well as workers for his particular company, including Ashley Judd. Ashley Judd's a very famous actress. She has said that he had pushed up on her, you know, many times, and she always said no. But you know, the very next day he'd come back with another line trying to get with her and he's saying stuff like he wants her to watch him take a shower or, I mean, his little fetishes.
Freaky.
Yeah, his fetishes was crazy, you know.
Wasn't he trying to give people massages?
Yeah, he said, let me massage you. Once you watch me take a shower. You know, I could see if he was a 27-year-old hunk, but this guy was like, you know.
He's 65.
He's 65, and he's, you know.
Okay.
It's just a trip.
Ain't nobody trying to watch that. Just saying.
Yeah, so in a statement to the L.A. Times, Weinstein, who's 65, he relayed some comments. He relayed some comments that he made to New York Times, apologizing for his behavior with colleagues in the past. That he had caused a lot of pain, and said he would take a leave of absence to deal with the issues that he has. What he'll do, he'll go to a psychiatrist. He'll take some time, and he'll make a documented trips, 4 or 5 trips to a psychiatrist to document the fact that he's a little sex maniac, and now he has documented it with about maybe 15, 20 hours of psychiatric help or whatever. He just found a protocol of someone trying to get over. So, you know, so let the games begin in that particular situation. But it just goes to show you, like I said, just to make a comparison. I don't understand how Bill Cosby's going to trial when all these other people doing their thing and just getting away with it. Because this leave of absence and going to a psychiatrist for 4 or 5 visits, that's all protocol. You know, that's all lining himself up to get proper documentation on this freaky ass, and they come back saying, "Oh yeah, I'm a better man now. I talked to the psychiatrist and
I understand what I did wrong, and I won't do that anymore."
Yeah, so
sure, you're right.
So you know, it's just a telltale situation. You know, want to say something, Ketel?
I mean, this guy, he has, like you said, plenty of money. Now he is the co-founder of Miramax and co-chairman of the Weinstein Company. Also, this, I don't want to say it, but this, you know what, has 5 children. Come on now. That's just ridiculous. Now, what do you say to your children after allegations like that? And
well, I read earlier that his wife is, I'm sorry, I just wanted to tell you his wife is standing by him for now.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Baby. Yep. Money talks, BS walks, baby. That's all I can tell you. Yep. He's helped produce a lot of independent films like Pulp Fiction, Clerks, The Crying Game. Remember The Crying Game?
Oh yeah.
Sex, Lies, and Videotape. I mean, he helped produce some of these. I'm like, come on now. You don't have nothing else better to do than somebody to watch your behind in the daggone shower. Really? Don't get a life.
Like I said, ain't nobody trying to see that.
Yeah, nope.
No.
Nope. He must be suffering from short man syndrome. Maybe that's what it is.
No, I think he's suffering from freaky man syndrome.
Oh, Lord. And he's worth $200 million.
That's the self-worth.
You have $200 million. You can't go get yourself a little whatever, madam or something behind closed doors.
That doesn't get him off.
Oh.
He wanted Ashley Judd to come in there and get freaky with him. And she was like, if you don't get your old wrinkled up self out my face.
I know that's right. Oh, man. If you guys got any questions or comments about what we're talking about, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Yep, press 1.
All right, we're going to take a quick CC break and come right back with the Hit It and Quit It topics. Go refresh your cocktails, and we'll be right back.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show, and we're here with our PJs on because we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives, so send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier. Or is it Misery Loves Company? Or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party Show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
What's up?
Yeah, Ketel's not in the studio tonight. She's out on assignment. So if you hear a little delay in her response, or she's probably just over there. What you drinking?
She over there with that group.
No, just sipping on some hot tea right now.
Okay.
Tell us anything.
Okay. Long Island hot tea. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm behaving tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, let's slide on into the Hit It and Quit It headlines. And you're up first, Ketel. What you got for us?
Well. This corporation called the State Street Corporation, which is down in Wall Street. You guys remember the Fearless Girl, the statue, the bronze statue that's there, that's in front of this company? Well,
yeah,
they have to pay $5 million to settle federal allegations that it discriminated against female and black executives. So they are saying that the State Street Corporation paid female executives less in base pay, bonus pay, and total compensation than men in the same position. No shit, Sherlock. Okay. This is a U.S. Department of Labor probe. They investigated this. So the $5 million, which I don't think is enough, but anyway, settlement goes towards a fund for 305 female executives and 15 black executives who were also paid less than white employees in the same position. So that's what I say. That's just not enough. The spokeswoman for the company said that Thursday that State Street disagrees with the analysis but opted to bring the 6-year-old matter to a resolution and move forward. Really? So in the statement, the company said it is committed to equal pay practices and evaluates on an ongoing basis our internal processes to be sure our compensation, hiring, and promotions programs are non-discriminatory. Really? Okay.
And how much money was it?
$5 million. And this divide that to 305 female executives and plus 15 black executives. So $320. Yeah.
They're crazy.
They didn't have good enough lawyers. So he goes on to say State Street it's one of the largest asset management companies. They're saying that the statute was intended to urge greater gender diversity on corporate boards. The girl statue there. Oh,
okay.
Really, really, really. Yeah, that's what I say. But check this out. They were saying that on social media posts sparked an outrage after one man pretended to have sex with the statue of the little girl.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm like, really? Y'all don't have anything else to do.
What is wrong with people?
I just don't understand it. Yep. While he's doing that, they're going through this discrimination. You're right. But I just don't think that that's enough. Only $5 million. I just don't get it. That's just not enough.
That sounds like what one person would have sued for. You got over 300 people and only $5 million? Are they tripping?
Yep. But that's what the story says. I mean, unless there's an update on it, maybe they're going to fight for more, but this says only $5 million here.
Okay, we'll chalk that one up to crazy.
Yep.
All right. Well, I got another one about Tim Murphy. That's a congressman who has resigned in disgrace. The shame and disgrace of it all. Embattled anti-abortion lawmaker Tim Murphy, who's a Republican from Pennsylvania, who they say allegedly encouraged his lover to terminate a pregnancy on Thursday. Now, look at the irony of that. This guy was an anti-abortion lawmaker, but he tried to get his mistress to have an abortion when she said that she was pregnant. And she, of course, she put it out on social media or however it got out. I'm not sure how it got out. But anyway, now he's resigned from Congress. All of this stuff came to a head this week when, the situation was that Republicans were putting pressure on Mr. Murphy, Tim Murphy, to step down. They said that Murphy was thinking about being the fact that he's a married father of one, initially thought he could weather the storm, and then after all of the crap hit the fan, and they found a series of text messages to his girlfriend, who's a psychologist that's half his age, encouraging her to have an abortion when she said she was pregnant. Now, this guy has been anti-abortion for like at least 15 years in Congress. And then he gets busted trying to get his girlfriend to go ahead and have an abortion because, you know, I'm married, I got a wife, I got a kid. You can't be having babies by me. So senior Republicans were saying that they thought that he needed to, that he wouldn't survive to the end of his term. So some of them wanted him to just go now. And then others were saying, well, you know, re-election is about to come up, so just ride it out to the end. And then others wanted him to just go ahead and step down. So anyway, he's, and on top of that, they said now the truth is coming out. This man was crazy. He had some of his employees, at least 5 former employees, shared stories of his inappropriate behavior, saying that there were tales of being berated as worthless and stupid, of him yelling and screaming and having all kind of little hissy fits. Other people said that they were forced to take the stairs instead of the elevators as punishments for underperforming. So when he felt like you're not doing what you need to do, you're not living up to what I need you to live up to, no more elevator privileges for you. Take the steps. You know, all this other crazy stuff. Yelling and screaming. They said he would throw stuff at people. He had a whole lot of crazy going on. So this whole thing with the mistress and all, once that came out, I think that was the proverbial cap on the iceberg. So Thursday, he put in his notice to resign, and your boy Eddie Munster, Speaker of the House Paul Ryan, with the widow's peak, he accepted his resignation. So looks like he's out of there. And the child he has is not a child. He has an adult daughter, and he has 2 grandchildren. So he has since admitted to having the affair with the psychiatrist. And, of course, once she said, oh, it turns out I'm not pregnant, I know he wanted to probably smack the crap out of her. But it's all out now. So now, of course, you got people jockeying for who's going to get that seat, because that area, that particular district, has been Republican-owned and
Did it
run.
say what area of Pennsylvania that was?
No, I don't know exactly. If anybody knows, call us up. 914-803-4306. I just have Pennsylvania. But people are jockeying now, trying to figure out who's going to take his seat. And, of course, like I said, it's been Republican-dominated. So, I don't know.
Some of the borders, Ohio and in that area there, the western part of Pennsylvania.
I don't know. But that's another hot mess, talking about sexual impropriety. Matter of fact, you know what?
Yeah,
Put him on the kiss it list.
Yeah, the ducks is lined up, and I just think that Bill Cosby's lawyers should really be, taking notes on all these different scenarios around the world to present this in the Pennsylvania. Bill Cosby's in the Pennsylvania court as well. His trial's being held in Doylestown. So how convenient would that be for a lawyer to just bring up a little footnote that that dick slinging is just not reserved to Bill Cosby? You know what I'm saying?
Won't they outlaw that?
You know what I mean? Bill Cosby's not the only sword fighter out there.
Okay.
But anyway, let me say a little something if you don't mind. On the situation with that there. Now, let's not let this woman walk away scot-free either, okay? Let's grab her by the drawers and bring her back in the middle of the ring.
She was an innocent party.
Yes, innocent my Aunt Fanny. Okay? Now, this woman knew that he was married from the Jump Street. Okay? I don't know. Maybe she think that...
She was half his age.
Maybe, wait,
she was young
all right, narrative. Damn.
But wait a minute, I'm on Poppa's side this time, Redwine. I'm on Poppa's side because if the girl lied about having a baby, having a baby, she was trying to keep him. Come on now.
Yeah, let me say a couple things here. Okay. You heard that song? No more VIPs. No more, Anyway, she was loving that life of Raleigh, being the mistress of a congressperson. She had access to a lot of things, was doing the thing. Very nice looking woman, too, I might add. Okay? Very attractive.
Right.
Very attractive. Yeah, she was a looker. She looked good. Anyway, but she was doing the thing. She knew he was married from the door. She knew his whole situation from the door. He's a congressman, for God's sake. You can Google his ass and see his whole career, his situation. You can Wikipedia his ass and see what he has, children-wise, grandchildren-wise, everything. He was no secret. When they got together, there was no secret on what was going on in his life. So let's not give her ass a pass. Grab her by the drawers and bring her back in the middle of the ring. Okay?
You're being mean to her.
I ain't being mean my ass, okay? Take two to tango.
You like her because she's cute
I'm just saying. I mean, we want to chastise the man, but, look at he was slicing on some meat, and he's the meat that she was slicing. But here, let's go a little deeper on that. Anybody out there that got a boss that's ornery or belligerent or off the chain? In most cases, when your boss is all pissed off and brings all kind of rhetoric and Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde attitude to the office, it's because his personal life is fucked up. And here's the situation here where it's evident from the very beginning, straight up. When people have a life where you're trying to jockey a wife, trying to jockey this, you got your little lover over here, you got this, and all you can do is just be angry because you're just trying to, your Johnson, the little head is running the whole show. You know what I mean? Little Johnson is trying to do the whole move.
Have mercy.
You got your big head working when it comes to doing, being a tax, being a lawmaker. That's your big head. But on the other aspect of your life, the little head is running the whole show. So therefore, he's trying to, jockey everything with the half of thinking metabolism. So the man was all messed up on all four sides, and And then old girl, being the fact that, her being the mistress and all, she got the advantage at this point, because she knows his situation, and she knows he's trying to. But see, one thing I tell people all the time, if you want to get rid of your mistress, you got to sick your wife on her ass.
Oh, well.
If you want to get rid of, let me repeat that again. If you want to get rid of the mistress, you want to get life back to normal, and you got a half-ass understanding wife, you got to sick your wife on the mistress. That's the only joker that can calm that mistress down, is your wife. Talk to your wife to say, look in here. I got a little problem, a little issue that only you can solve. Okay?
Is that before or after the homicide? I assume before.
No, see, that's not. This is money and power in here. People want perks. People want perks and privilege. Nah, we're not talking.
So now he's gonna have to really pay
that's
her.
a whole nother. You talking
if
about?
She steps up and does all this.
You talking about that show Snapped and all the rest of that crap?
Oh,
We ain't talking about that. That's a whole nother story. And then with her saying she's pregnant. See, that was the tip of the iceberg there too, because now he stopped delivering. He probably cut back on the perks, probably cut back on the VIP, probably cut back on the undercover backstage passes, wherever she was jockeying from him. He probably cut back. And once he cut back, he said, oh, okay, I'm going to use the age-old method, something old as Chinese arithmetic. I'm pregnant. And now, like Redwine said, with this man being an advocate, he's a complete, his platform running for his particular job, he got his job by being an anti-abortion advocate. Now, once she said she was pregnant, what's the first thing came out of his mouth?
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it. Put it in a booby trap. Put it in a mouse trap. Get some glue traps. Anyway, he was going to contain that baby from seeing the world. That was going to be it. And it's so contradictory on his part to be such a. He was the big-time anti-abortion person. For him to let that come off his lips firsthand, this man was troubled. He was troubled. And so for him to resign, but like I said, Bill Cosby's lawyer, if you're listening, jot this down, man. Come on.
Yeah,
Bill O'Reilly, and we got the gentleman we talked about earlier. What's his name? Harvey Weinstein. Come on, man. Please. Bill Cosby's lawyer can have a field day with all the examples and comparisons of all the freaks that are walking the street. But anyway, I'm going to get off my high horse here.
Okay.
Anyway.
But check this out. Let me just say this one statement, something I see here. Murphy announced plans to retire at the end of this term, saying he will take personal time to seek help as my family and I continue to work through our personal difficulties. BS. Kiss my hand. He just stop all that crap. All of them. That's how they get out of shit.
Trust and believe he's on the kiss it list.
For sure.
All right.
Him and Weinstein.
I heard enough of him.
Ketel, you got another one for us. What you got for us?
Yeah, you guys wanted to lay down for this one. This was interesting. Japanese woman dies from working too much after clocking up to 159 hours of overtime in 1 month. That's crazy. A woman in Japan died from overwork, probably an underpaid, as we say, after logging in 159 hours of overtime in 1 month leading up to her death. Her name is Miwao Sado. She was a political journalist at the country's national broadcasters. She suffered heart failure. This was in July 2013, but they just coming out with it. Though her employer only made the case public this week. So officials in Tokyo deemed the 31-year-old had died from, which they call karoshi, is death from overwork, after taking just 2 days off in the 30 days before she died. That's crazy. So as a journalist, Ms. Sado covered the Tokyo metropolitan government, dying just 3 days after reporting on a local election in the House of Councilors. So it goes on to say they did a national survey, and the national survey talks about a fifth of the country's workforce are at risk of this karoshi since they clock more than 80 hours extra working overtime. So with around 2,000 people a year killing themselves due to work-related stress, the Japanese government has recently taken measures to address the issue. So they announced back in February and launched a campaign urging employees to leave early at 3 p.m. on the last Friday of every month. That sounds good to me.
Wow.
So she was a public figure, and she was in the public eye, huh?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So she literally worked herself to death.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, that goes to say, about your employer. So, I don't know.
Wow.
What was her name again?
Her name was
Don't go there.
Miwa.
Some young ho.
No, Miwa Sadu.
Say it again, Kevin.
Miwa Sadu.
Some young ho. Okay.
Anyway.
I'm not messing with you, Pop.
No, God rest.
So may she rest in peace. Yeah.
Rest in peace. Peace and peace.
Well, the rock and roll. I'm sorry. Did you have something else, Ketel?
No, that's very well. We
Uh-uh.
can reiterate that from that. That's very sad. And it sounds to me, with her being a journalist, like she was a public figure. So she was out there,
She was on her grind.
She was on her grind, and she was being seen by the public. So I wonder what type of looks were what after a while.
Find out was she fine or something?
No. I'm
what you mean?
Redwine's always in a gutter.
She was 31, so she was fairly young.
Poor thing.
No, I'm just saying, as far as her being on her grind every day and being in the public eye, how that affected her whole situation.
Right.
So, but she was 31 years old.
That's
Man,
bad.
Well, over in Tokyo, Japan, and Hong Kong, working to them is a real, and they work too, big time. They
like
get
a
it
ritual.
in. Yeah, they get it in. So, but she probably wasn't eating right or drinking right or probably acid reflux or there's a lot of things that come from not getting proper sleep and things of that nature. So, let's just hope people get the lesson from that and take their time.
Well,
all right.
On a high note, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees were announced this week. And these are the people who they are considering for inducting into the 2018 Hall of Fame. And some of the nominees, I'll tell you who they were. It was 19 people, groups, and et cetera. It was Bon Jovi, Kate Bush, The Cars, Depeche Mode, or Mode, I guess, Dire Straits, The Eurythmics, Jay Giles Band, Judas Priest, LL Cool J, MC5, The Meters, Moody Blues, Radiohead, Rage Against the Machine, Rufus featuring Chaka Khan, Nina Simone, and Sister Rosetta Tharpe, Link Ray, and the Zombies. So those are the nominees. Now we'll have to see what happens with the voting, but just background information is to be eligible for nomination. An artist or band has to have released their first commercial recording at least 25 years prior to the induction year. So that means 25 years prior to 2018. So they would have to have put their music out no later than 1992. Now, 9 of the people that were nominated are first-timers to the list. Some of these people have been on the list several times. But the first-timers on the list were Nina Simone, The Eurythmics, Dire Straits, Judas Priest, Kate Bush, Moody Blues, Radiohead, Rage Against the Machine, and Sister Rosetta Tharpe. So the voting body consists of 900 artists, historians, and members of the music industry, and they'll get their ballots. And this year, fans will have an opportunity, as they have in the past, to vote. And beginning October the 5th, which was yesterday, continuing through 11:59 p.m. Eastern on December 5th, fans can visit rockhall.com/vote to cast votes for who you think is the most deserving. So if you want to vote, go to this website, rockhall.com/vote, and you can cast your votes. So the top 5 artists selected will comprise of fan ballots and then they'll be tallied with the other ballots to choose who gets inducted this year. So it'll be a broadcast on HBO, and they'll announce when that's going to happen. So you can check it out later. But if you want to vote, go to that website, rockhall.com/vote.
Well, I put my vote in.
Who are you voting for?
All right.
I'm voting for, let's see. We definitely got to get some color in there, so I'm definitely want Rufus Chaka Khan.
I'm voting for Nina Simone.
And Nina
and
Simone.
Rufus.
That's 2.
If I can vote.
Out the
Nina
other 3.
Simone should have been in there. She should have been there.
I agree.
I like Dire Straits. You know Dire Straits?
I've been in Dire Straits, but I'm not familiar with the band.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Sorry.
Dire Straits really helped to put MTV on the map. They had that video with like a cartoon thing.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was called Money for Nothing and Chicks for Free. Remember that song? We got to move these microwave ovens.
Oh, yeah, that song.
Kitchen delivery. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs.
I never understood the song, but yes, I've heard it.
What he's saying is that the movers are looking, while they're moving, they're looking at TV. He's saying, look at them guys. They ain't working. They playing the guitar on the MBT.
You know, when I heard that song, I heard it on Empire.
They get their money
When they
for
did a
nothing
rap,
and chicks for free.
What's his name? What's his name? The rapper son in Empire. He had that in one of the rap songs that he did, and they threw it in and did like a remix.
Yeah, Dire Straits will definitely
That's the first time I ever heard
and
that
also
song.
Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi will get in.
I like Bon Jovi, I think.
Oh,
And also
wait a minute,
Jay Giles.
you with me? They aren't already in there. You with me? What's up with that?
Really, they're, I think the Eurythmics is only a 2 or 3 hit wonder.
I was going to say, how many hits other than
Really?
Sweet Dreams?
Yeah. Well, that song
Come
carried
on,
them
man.
far. Okay.
Sweet dreams are made of this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all you know. And what else do they do? What else do they do?
That's the only thing I know. They did something
Well, they should be in it because of that.
Yeah, and the Jay Giles
That was a
band.
big hit.
Jay Giles band is good too.
I don't know who that is.
They you need to broaden your horizons.
Yeah, okay.
I've heard
What
of
do they
them.
Redwine.
What do they look like?
I
Jay
don't
Giles?
know.
So black, honey. You need,
I'm just saying.
you need a little broader.
If they're
And
not
LL
black,
Cool J? What's up? He should be in it. Rufus featuring Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan.
Mama said knock you out.
LL don't stand up for nothing, please.
You just don't like LL.
Please. Anytime there's some type of civil rights, anything, you don't never see that brother stand up for
But
nothing.
the ladies love Cool J.
He pump iron.
He's easy.
He pumps
He's
his
easy
iron.
like Sunday morning. Leave him alone.
I'm
licks
just
those
saying.
lips so
I ain't
well.
never,
Hater. Sounds like
whenever
a hater.
something's going on out there, I don't never see, oh yeah.
Hater.
LL Cool J said today he ain't saying nothing. And he got iced on that Grammy. Remember he thought he had the Grammy wrapped up, and your boy, the dude that does the
the late show.
yeah,
James Corden.
the James Corden,
Yeah, that's all right.
carpool karaoke guy
Mhm.
took over that Grammy.
That's
pulled
all
it
right.
right from
I'm
under your
still
boy.
down with LL.
Well, yeah, he's cool, but
Okay. Well, let's keep it moving. What else you got? Let's talk about Cam Newton.
Cam Newton,
Oh, boy.
my man,
Do we have
my
to?
ex-man,
Your boy.
my ex-man.
Your boy.
You
Talk
on the
about-
same page as he is? Come on.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't Ketel, why don't you do your story, and that way I go into Cam and go right into what's popping. If you don't mind, are you prepared to do your story?
Not a problem.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep. All right. Here's another one you guys are going to be surprised about. This winner sues the Colorado lottery for millions over fixed jackpot. Iowa City, Iowa. A decade after Colorado engineer Amir hit the lottery, 2 state agents visited him with stunning news. He was likely the only legitimate winner of a $4.8 million jackpot. He had to split 3 ways. So there was 3 winners, that's what they said in the beginning, and all of a sudden they come to him and say, you were the sole winner. Okay, it's getting ready to turn now. They told the Mr. Amir that the other two people who had won, that this was 2005 drawing, were linked to a conspiracy in which a lottery insider and several cohorts had rigged drawings in several states. So now this guy, Amir, he is suing for the rest of the winnings that he feels should be his. So Amir, he filed on Thursday against the Colorado State Lottery, arguing he should be declared the sole winner and that the $800,000 cash prize he opted to receive should be tripled. So according to, doing math and this and that, accounting for 12 years of interest, he is seeking about $4 million from the lottery. He says that he calls this a breach of contract through the lottery. So let me tell you how this scheme worked. They called it Tipton Brothers. They did the conspiracy thing. And a friend were recently sentenced for conspiring to use their insider knowledge to buy winning tickets and collect prizes between 2005 and 2011. They fixed jackpots that paid $2.6 million to them and their associates in 4 states. And their scheme unraveled after Eddie Tipton was caught buying the winning ticket for a $14 million Iowa jackpot that was never paid. Come on now.
Wow. $14 million?
Mm-hmm.
So he already knew what the winning number was, and he went and bought the ticket for it. Okay.
Right. So the guy, Mir, after his taxes, he got like $500 and almost $70,000. But he says he's entitled to 2/3 of more of the prize money. So his winnings should have tripled. But I guess over interest and stuff like that, he is suing the lottery for $4 million. And the Tipton brothers, they have agreed to repay the money they received from the lottery. The lottery has refused to honor its obligation to Mr. Amir. Isn't that a trip?
That's crazy.
Yep. But see, greed gets in the way, baby. That's all I can tell you. Greed.
Every time.
Yep. All right. What you got for us, Bob? You guys all right over this? You starting on that one,
Yeah,
huh?
we good. That was crazy.
Who knew?
Yeah, I didn't even know you could rig the lottery like that.
See, they must have worked for the lottery board or were familiar with the balls that they draw or something, but they had some inside information. So, What
you do is you put sand in the one that you don't want to rise, okay?
Oh. That's how it works, Papa.
Yeah, make them heavy and they won't rise. You know what I'm
saying?
Okay now.
You sure you weren't part of that conspiracy thing, Papa? What's that?
There wasn't no money involved.
He seemed to know about it.
I need $10 million at least to do dirt.
Well, all I know is nobody likes sandy balls. I'm just saying.
Yep.
I'm not going to touch that one, Redwine. I'm not going to touch it.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody want to touch that. Nobody wants sandy balls.
He's a freak anyway. But anyway,
She's afraid. She's so afraid. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now, what you going to tell us about this Cam Newton thing? I've been seeing this all week.
Cam Newton, that's my main man.
Your boy.
Yeah.
But one thing I got to say about Cam, I don't know whether or not the brother, he done got knocked on his ass a few times in his 7-year career so far. So I know that's affected him. And plus, he needs to count his blessings because he was in a car accident where his truck had flipped over, and he was on his way to practice, and he was able to walk away from that particular situation. So, but the brother's a little cocky, a little arrogant,
Just a little?
But I think if I had to label him as anything, I would call him a brand crusher. Okay? Let's use that term. A brand, which means that when you become rich and famous, you try to turn your name and your whole ideal of who you represent, who and what you represent, to a brand. Now, the one thing that Cam did,
What did he do?
He was a Super Bowl. He was in a Super Bowl for the historic Super Bowl 50. He went up against Peyton Manning. Now, Peyton Manning was at the end of his career, so Peyton Manning said that I'm going to be cool in this game. I'm going to chill. I'm going to let my defense play and let my offense do their thing. I'm not going to be over the top because Peyton Manning has lost a couple Super Bowls, so he knows what it feels like to win and lose a Super Bowl. So in this last Super Bowl that he won, he was cool. He was undercover. He was relaxed, doing his thing, playing his game, playing full quarters. Cam Newton was all over the place in this Super Bowl. And Von Miller was knocking him on his ass every play almost. Because after a while, Cam Newton got tired. He got tired, but he also was arrogant. He lost his mind and just kept getting knocked down. He was fumbling the ball. And ultimately, they lost the game. Now, but here's the kicker where he destroyed his brand. For the whole year, he was doing a dap thing. Everybody was dapping. You know, he was giving out balls to the kids when he scored the touchdown. His brand was on fire. I mean, on fire. He went to the Super Bowl as being one of the most popular guys. He had a little headwear and everything he was doing. But when he lost the Super Bowl, the way he handled the press conference, damn. Okay? Let me just say this here. When he lost the Super Bowl, the way he handled the press conference after the game was over, all I can say was, damn. Okay? He came out there with a towel over top of his head, all pissed off, all arrogant, mumbling, complaining, bitching, talking all evil, crazy. Now, kids are watching. All your fans are watching. You know, what people need to understand is that people will support you in life if you mess up. The only thing you have to couple with messing up is honesty and truth, okay? I don't care how fucked up your life is. If you approach your life in dire straits or financial situations with truth and honesty, people will always be there to help you out, okay? But if you're all messed up and you still bullshitting and manipulating motherfuckers, that's when your ass get kicked to the curb. Now, let's get back to Cam. So he gets on this press conference after the Super Bowl and just talks and acts the damn fool, okay? Acts the fool. All that dapping all year, all that giving balls to kids when he scored a touchdown, all that shit was erased in a heartbeat. And he let Peyton Manning walk away with all that glory of Super Bowl. He could have still won even though he lost the Super Bowl if he would have just came up there after the Super Bowl, got in the press conference and was honest, was sincere, was loving and caring, and congratulate the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning and yada, yada, yada. People would have loved him Monday morning. But nah, this nigga pulled out his own Johnson and pissed in his own face. I'm like, damn. He blew it. He completely blew it. He went from a 95 percentile of what do you call it? His popularity level was at 95% before the game, and he dropped it down. His brand dropped down to 35% in one day. And that's why he went into the off season so undercover, because he knew he blew it. Now, modern day. Let's go modern day now. And here's a man that just shot his career in the foot. Now, let's get to the story of the day. The story of the day is the fact that Cam Newton made a remark at his press conference on Wednesday afternoon when he said, it's funny to hear a female talk about routes. Now, me personally, I think they took it out of context, okay? I think it was taken out of context. All he was saying, well, it's funny, you know, he said it in a sarcastic way, women running routes, women talking about routes in football. You know, I guess he kind of played off saying that, wow, surprise. It's like if you hear a woman that talks about working on cars and things like that. You know, sometimes it may be shocking because the tradition of women working on cars may not be as heavy and popular. So when you do see someone that's really mechanically inclined, you be like, wow. Because at a gas station the other day, I saw a guy stand next to a woman, and she had the antifreeze and everything pouring a radiator, and he's standing there like a damn jerk-off. So just go to show you, you know, people can learn. When you learn, you learn. Gender ain't got nothing to do with it. But anyway, he makes a comment like that, and they were all over it. You know, they said, "Oh, I can't believe he was sexist. He was this, he was that." But then come to find out, the woman who made the comment, her name is Jordan Rodriguez. You know, it sounds like she's a Hispanic of some type of nature based on the dialogue of her name. Oh, she asked a question to him, but come to find out, even though she rambled him and beat him down for that situation, now she only beat him down and was able to beat him down because he shot himself in the foot at the Super Bowl 50. If he would have stayed on point after Super Bowl 50 with the dapping and giving balls to the kids, he would have been, you know, Teflon. You know what I mean? Everything would have just bounced off his ass like a freshly waxed car. Raindrops wouldn't even stuck to his ass. But like I said, he shot himself in the foot last year after the Super Bowl, which made the cookie crumble. But here's the twist on things. Miss Rodriguez, the woman who, the sportscaster who said it to him, she got some issues of her own now, okay? Because a few years back, her daddy tweeted out some stuff making jokes about black folks. And she retweeted it thinking it was funny and hilarious, but he used the N-word and everything in there. So she got some skeletons in her closet also. Okay? But getting back to Cam Newton, and I'm going to close out on this one here. Well, see, what Cam don't realize is that and he lost his contract with the Dannon people, the yogurt people. But he lost his contract not because of what he did, but because it's for what to come. All right, now, let me explain this here. There's a new quarterback in town. He's a bad monkey, okay? His name is Deshaun Watson, okay? This brother came from Clemson, won the championship last year in college, okay? He was drafted by the Houston Texans. He started a couple games. Right now, I think he's like maybe 3-1 on his record so far as a brand new quarterback. He's a rookie this year, and he's a bad dude. Won a championship last year in the college ranks. Now he's in the pros playing for the Texans. I guarantee you that the motivation to get rid of Cam on that Dannon yogurt contract was to probably pick up Deshaun Watson as a new spokesperson. So look out for that. I'm going to tell you right now, you never know what's happening, who's thinking behind what. Because don't think that the Dannon people ain't pissed off at Cam Newton for making a damn fool of himself after Super Bowl 50, saying, damn, we got this guy all up in here, he done shot himself in the foot, messed up our brand, but he didn't do anything directly to anything to get rid of him. But now he did this situation here where he complained or talked about the female. This was a perfect way for Dannon to drop him. So stay tuned for who the new spokesperson going to be for Dannon Yogurt, and I guarantee you it's going to be Deshaun Watson, the new quarterback rookie for the Houston Texans.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see. All right. I'm going to pick this caller up before we go to break and come back with What's Poppin'. So let's see. We got.
That was What's Poppin' right there.
Oh, that was What's Poppin'. All right. All right. Caller, you're live on the Pajama Party Show. Go right ahead with your comment.
Hey, everyone. How are you tonight?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good. I will say I never thought I'd see myself live to see the day where I agree with Poppa DD on something. But I would like to add, the issue that I have with the Cam Newton situation is, are we looking for reasons to be outraged? It was a dumb comment. She escalated it by tweeting out after it happened, spoke with him afterward, and the conversation was worse. She continued the drama. My whole point was, exactly. And my whole point is, like you said, always look for the agenda. Here's another case of somebody thinking their stuff don't stink and they're going to make life hard for somebody else. Your chickens come home to roost. Now,
that's right.
Her argument is it was 4 or 5 years ago. I really didn't think it was funny. It was inappropriate, and I'm so sorry. His apology wasn't good enough for you. Why should your apology be good enough for us?
Okay, now.
So
good point.
I am grateful that I can finally say I agree with you on something. And I don't have to argue with you tonight. But
I appreciate that.
I'm glad that you.
I just wanted to say I saw that apology. No fight tonight. I saw that apology that Cam gave, and I don't honestly. I like Cam. I didn't feel it was wholehearted. I think he realized that it was the right thing to do, and he stepped up and did the right thing. You know, how sincere it was remains to be seen. You can't see what's in somebody's heart. He said the right thing, but honestly, I do think that she did kind of blow it out of proportion. I think both of them were wrong. You know, for him to kind of just laugh and say, wow, it's funny to hear a woman ask about routes. You know, I saw something on the news tonight here in the DMV area. It was a little girl who looked like she might have been about maybe 10, 11. She had done a whole bunch of drawings to show football routes. And she was like, hey, Cam, listen up. Girls know about routes. And she was like, this is a whatever. This is a curl. This is a down and out. This is a whatever. And she's showing all these routes. And her point was, girls do know what routes are in football, so don't get it twisted.
I don't think that Cam was saying that women don't know about routes. He just said it's funny to hear people talk about it. And using funny in the sense of the word, saying it's shocking. You know, because like I said, there's some things that have been male-dominated situations, and I would say that don't badger me. Don't badger me. Auto mechanics is the number one aspect in life where people would say that females don't know a lot about. And mechanics rip off females every single day. Every day. They use that word mechanism and the mechanism and the mechanism. And they
but you know what? That's why I love that movie, My Cousin Vinny. Because when my girl gets on the stand and says, my father was a mechanic, his brother was a mechanic, and his uncle was a mechanic, and I know that a 60-whatever Chevy had to have done this because of the something displacement in the wheel.
Dual cam rear.
Knew her stuff.
Aussie rear,
She shut that
right, exactly.
down.
But that is so few and far between when it comes to that situation.
Exactly.
And nobody's keeping track of it. But that I would honestly have to say that particular craft is the one thing where ladies doesn't seem to have the edge on it. But there are, females out there that know about their rides.
Right. They may be a minority. So Cam apologized. Go
ahead, caller. What was that now?
Well, let me just add this one last thing. I have to wonder if there wasn't something already personal between the two of them.
Yeah, probably.
Her reaction, she took it very personally, and he directed it at her. So I always say, we always want to give context to stuff that people say, and I get yelled at on both sides for saying that, because sometimes you have to look at the context. We don't know what the context was here. It's not apparent. We can speculate as to what it was. I'm focused on her response and the way she's behaved since then, because the tweets that she's put out against him have been rather pointed. So you just never know.
Okay.
So, all right, Poppa DD, we agree on something. This is a night to remember.
I'm going to write this down.
All right, you all have a good night.
You too. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Wow.
I just want to make one comment on this same thing, and we can move on. For this guy, Cam Newton, to be 28 years old, and you are back in 1950, and you're worth $13 million, and you have all these endorsements, like Papa said, he is the jackass. He made himself look stupid. I'm sorry. And I thought this guy was a young guy. He was like 19, maybe 20, 21. But you're 28 years old, man. Come on now. And you making comments like that? It just shows to me that you just an arrogant son of a you-know-what. That's what you are.
But this is what happens when you engage your mouth ahead of your brain.
Yeah.
The same thing that Trump suffers from. This is what happens when you put your mouth engaged before your brain can kick in. You thought you were being cute and funny, and it worked.
He needs to go to Oz and go get a damn brain then. That's where hell he need to go to Oz.
Oh, not Oz.
Well, Deshaun Watson is coming. I'm telling you, look out for that name.
Okay.
You remember he said that?
I believe
Remember the Parliament song?
Parliament, which one?
Gaining on you.
Oh, right now, gaining on you. Okay.
Gaining on you.
Watch out now.
Gaining on.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And since Poppa DD already slid in his What's Poppin', we're going to take a break and come back with the weird news. And we got some weird stuff this week. So don't move. Be right back.
What's your opinion? We want to know on the Late Night Adult Pajama Party. Call us now on 914-803-4306 and tell us if you agree or disagree, or if you don't care one way or the other. If you've been waiting all week to tell somebody what's on your mind, now is your chance. Dial 914-803-4306 and press 1 to speak with the Pajama Party live on the air. To listen to the show online, go to www.apajamaparty.com and click the listen banner on the top right. If you'd like to advertise your business with us, get in touch on www.apajamaparty.com. So call us now on 914-803-4306 and press 1. We will get to you as quick as we can. Now, back to the Pajama Party Live.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Ew.
All right.
What can I
Let's
say?
rock and roll.
It's Friday night. I'm feeling right. And it's time
All
for the
right,
weird
then.
news. And I'm up first.
Thanks for that bomb.
Come on with it.
Anyway.
Hey, all right, I got something for you. Weird news. We're going real weird tonight. This Wyoming man is accused of public intoxication, allegedly told the police that he had traveled from the year 2048 to warn mankind of an impending invasion by extraterrestrials. I wonder how many times police have heard that one. This guy's name is Bryant Johnson, and he issued his warning to the Casper police Monday night after officials were called about a man and his out-of-this-world message. Johnson, who the police said smelled of alcohol and spoke with a slightly slurred speech, allegedly told officers that the aliens are coming next year and we need to make sure that we leave as soon as possible. So according to the report, he didn't specify an exact date or time for the aliens' arrival, but he refused to speak with nurses and doctors and instead insisted on meeting with the president of the town. That's how twisted this guy was. He informed the officers that he was able to travel through time because the aliens had filled his body with alcohol. What? I don't know what he was drinking, but it must have really worked on him. He said the aliens had filled his body with alcohol, so that's how he could travel through time. And then he claimed that he stood on a giant pad which transported him to the year 2017, although he said he was supposedly sent to the year 2018. So he was all. And then he said, it said Johnson allegedly was allegedly found with a blood alcohol content of 0.136%, that he was eventually transported to the county detention center for without further incident. Of course, they said the joke could be on us. What if what he said was true? Maybe he was drunk. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. He said, what was the message? The message was that the aliens are coming next year and we need to leave as soon as possible. So that's all I can tell you on that one.
Okay. Yeah, what was he drinking or what was he smoking?
I don't know. He must have been drinking moonshine, grain alcohol, DIY liquor or something. Anyway, we're going to keep it moving. What you got, Kev?
Well, in Great Falls, Montana, check this one out. This is a doozy. Police in Montana say a man told friends he needed help moving and got their unwitting help stealing $40,000 worth of items from another man's home. One of the friends allegedly rented a U-Haul without knowing it would be used in a crime. The other told police he became suspicious and left after he saw military medals in the Great Falls home. He doubted this 36-year-old Patrick Joseph Adams, Jr., served in the military. So investigators say the true homeowner came home later that night, found his home had been burglarized, and then called 911. Prosecutors charged Adams on Thursday with burglary and criminal mischief, both felonies. The Great Falls Tribune reports Adams faces up to 30 years in prison and $100,000 in fines.
Wow.
This man is crazy.
So wait a minute, he got people to help him move, but he was actually robbing somebody's house?
Yep. The person that rented the U-Haul didn't know. And the other guy, he felt suspicious. He said, this man, he ain't been in no damn military. So he saw those medals and stuff in the house. He said, I'm out. See y'all later.
So you said, wait a minute, dude, this ain't your house.
But you know what? That guy was smart, and the other guy, I don't know what they did with him as far as renting the U-Haul. He had no knowledge of it. And this man faces up to 30 years, $100,000 in fines. I mean, both. That's crazy. Come on, you stupid? He didn't care.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
And the hits just keep on coming.
I know.
All right, Poppa DD, what you got for us tonight?
Oh, this is another crazy-ass story.
Aren't they all?
This is about a sex robot that was molested at an electronic festival.
Oh, my God.
All right, now let me read this here. The man behind the intelligent sex robot named Samantha, okay, said
Samantha?
Said that the kinky creation needed to be repaired thanks to some barbarians at the tech industry festival that molested her. Okay? Now, where was he at the whole time? He left her alone or something? I don't understand.
I guess
he's an engineer. His name was Sagi Sadan. I guess he's Middle Eastern. No, he's from Barcelona, Spain.
Oh.
He wanted to show off Samantha at an arts electrical festival in a town called Liz, Austria last week. Okay? The Randy robot is programmed with artificial intelligence so that she can respond to gentle seduction. All right? Samantha seemingly gets more aroused by the more she's romanced. Okay?
Wow.
So she's a little kind of touchy-feely kind of robot or what have you. Okay.
So you're saying she's freaky.
But, yeah, she's freaky. But that didn't happen at the festival. Instead, Samantha was molested and seriously damaged by some attendants. He must have left it alone or something. They only elaborate on how they got to her without him knowing about that, okay? Okay, he said that the people mounted her, okay, mounted her. Wow.
Oh, God.
Where did you get that word out of
they literally jumped
on a sex novel. The people mounted Samantha's breasts, her legs, her arms. They said 2 of her fingers were broken.
Dang.
She was heavily soiled by that stuff they use to make children with. And he said, according to the Metro newspaper, that people said she looked pretty bad. Okay. And because he did not understand, because people do not understand the intellectual technology that she possessed, all she's supposed to do is just respond to gentle words and show seductive gestures. You're not supposed to mount her or ride her or play with her breasts or open her legs and things that was done to her and soiled all over her. So he's pretty pissed off, okay?
That is crazy.
So anyway, he said he won't be coming back to this particular festival, and to repair her breasts and her legs and repair her broken fingers, the damage is going to be like $4,000. So stay tuned for Samantha.
They jacked Samantha up.
Better than ever.
She should sue.
Yeah, well.
Can he sue on behalf of Samantha?
You just need to make a regular thing like a toaster or something and stop getting deep like that.
Not with the sex robot.
Stop getting deep like that. Damn, make a microwave or something.
Woo!
That was pretty deep.
That's some crazy.
Yeah.
Woo.
Crazy.
We'll take a break and come back with Redwine.
Okay.
Right.
The number to call if you want to join the conversation.
Yeah, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
And press 1 if you're already on the phone.
All right. We'll be right back.
So I was looking over the Cocktail of the Week archives, and we've had so many really great drinks over the past year and a half.
We've had our original signature drink called the Pajama Party and a game changer, and of course we have the last word.
I like the Revolution. It was Hennessy, lemon and lime juice, agave juice, and bitters with jalapeno slices.
Woo-wee! I like that Crown Royal Flush with the Crown Royal, peach schnapps, and cranberry juice.
Oh yeah. And one of my favorites was the what's it called? The Dutch Mule. Yeah, the Dutch Mule with the Ketel orange vodka, lime juice, and ginger beer.
There are so many to choose from on the apajamaparty.com website.
So check out the Cocktail of the Week archives to get the recipes.
And you can find out how to make the cocktail of the week and sip along with us.
Are there instructions there too?
Sure they are, along with pictures of the drink so you know exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So what's that y'all got in your glass?
This is a boomerang.
Well, I got a Kinky Reed over here.
And I got the aviator.
Get the recipes at www.apajamaparty.com and click on Cocktail of the Week. Cheers!
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of the Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
The out there, Ketel. And Redwine.
I'm here.
Fly, darling.
All right. Okay.
The gang's all here.
We're going to go into, you want to give Redwine an opportunity to talk a little bit? How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, could I get in here? Let me just elbow everybody because I got something to say.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to go into it. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight my topic is, now you want to control birth control? Let's talk about that.
Mm-mm.
So Trump's administration issued a new rule today that allows all employers to opt out of including birth control in their health insurance plans for any moral or religious reason. Okay? Moral and religious reasons. This is yet another item that Trump is getting rid of from the Obama era that provided for women to be guaranteed birth control coverage at no cost. And this was provided to like 62 million women. So now they want to control birth control. I'm just saying. Now, Trump's people claim that requiring insurance plans to cover birth control imposes a, and I'm using air quotes, substantial burden to the free exercise of religion guaranteed by the United States Constitution and could promote, again, air quotes, risky sexual behavior among adolescents. Really? Then how do you explain all that freaky-deaky stuff that goes on up on Capitol Hill? Is that from the people using birth control too? Give me a break. The Affordable Care Act, or as some people call it, Obamacare, is considered providing birth control an essential part of women's preventive health care for the first time in history. And it required that it be covered under most insurance plans along with prenatal care, breast exams, and well-woman visits. Now, the birth control mandate forced any for-profit employers, so that didn't include nonprofits, but for-profit employers, for the first time to do the right thing and cover full range of contraceptives. That included the pill, the intrauterine device, known as the IUD, and the Plan B, morning after pill, at no out-of-pocket cost to the women, while carving out exemptions for churches and nonprofit religious organizations. Those are the people who said they got religious and moral issues with birth control. Okay. So doesn't that provide enough allowances for the whole "it's against my religion" clause? I'm just saying. Why does Trump and his cronies want to control birth control? Don't you people have enough stuff to worry about and enough stuff to do without minding the business of women who just want to have their insurance pay for birth control if they're not ready to have a baby? Can women just have that? I'm just saying. Here's the real problem. The Trump administration is stacked with plenty of officials who oppose birth control. And with them rolling back the birth control provision under the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, they will now allow any employer or for-profit company, regardless to whether or not they claim to be religious, to refuse to include this coverage for birth control in their health insurance plans under the masquerade of moral reasons. You know, y'all can just lose me with that, bite me. There is nothing moral about this whole thing. They think making women have to pay for birth control is going to keep them from having access to it. Wrong answer, Sherlock. It will for those who can't afford it, or it makes it more challenging, and that's a shame. For these people who want to control birth control, and then they claim to have a moral issue with women who want to terminate unwanted pregnancies, see, here's the thing. You can't control everybody. Women are not robots. You're totally wrong on this one. And when I say you, I'm talking to the Trump administration. You're dead wrong. Trump has been wanting to erase everything that President Obama achieved, and this is just another attempt at that. They couldn't repeal the entire Affordable Care Act, so now they're trying to pick it apart bit by bit, and they're picking on women's health and well-being. So I'm just saying, now you really want to try to control birth control? Why? This change in health coverage really targets low-income women. They're the ones who are going to suffer by this. They're the ones who are going to have to choose between, do I pay a utility bill or do I refill my birth control? And it shouldn't be. That shouldn't even be a choice when it should have been covered by your health insurance. The last thing these women need is another bill to pay. It just seems like a no-brainer to me. If you don't want to see an increase in the number of abortions in this country, allow insurance to cover contraceptives. That's not hard to figure out. But I guess when you got a moron in charge, even the simplest things are hard to understand. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying to the Trump administration, instead of trying to control birth control, how about trying to control yourself? That's all I got.
Getting it in, Redwine.
I'm just saying. Now they want to mess with birth control? Why can't insurance? You know what? I already said it. So that's all I have.
Oh.
Because they're going to get me fired up and raise my blood pressure, then I'm going to have to refill my glass.
Yeah, we live in a very contradictory world. You know, you got a president that's sitting there with...
he's an idiot.
He's got 5 kids by 3 different baby mamas. If he was a black man, he'd be the... Oh, my God.
You got a Rolling Stone
that baby
in the
mama
White House.
would be like...
He's an idiot and a moron, an imbecile.
Okay.
And whatever it was that Kim Jong-un called him, some archaic word that he dug up.
Yeah,
I forgot now what it was, but it was appropriate. So anyway, we're going to move on into Living for the City. I'm sorry, Hollywood Wrap-Up. Ketel, over to you. You ready to go out to the West Coast?
Sure,
It
sure am.
the city.
Go for it.
Oh, am I wrong?
Go for it.
I'm sorry. This thing got me all twisted now.
Put down your glass.
I'm going to step away from the glass and refill it. We're going to go to Poppa DD and Living for the City, and then we'll go to Ketel with the Hollywood Wrap-Up. So what you got for us tonight, Papa?
I just want to reiterate what you were saying on that, just to keep it going. Despite what your position is or your authority is, we have to look a little closer at Trump's life in general. I'm not picking on Trump at all, because life is life.
Go for it.
That's what it is. No, that's not necessary. He reaps what he sows anyway. But here's the deal. You have to understand that sometimes the biggest thing people do in life is throw distractions at you. And I won't stay long on this at all. I'll give it 1 minute. People throw distractions on you to avoid from you examining them a lot further. I think that Trump has defied or defined every aspect of oh my God, barbaric, gangbanging, anything that has to do with the belittlement of anything. He's done it, and it's been publicized. It's been publicized, been documented when it comes to grabbing them by the coochie. He said that outright. Got my man fired. Bush got fired. Billy Bush got fired behind hanging with Trump at the time and laughing at Trump's. Now I only think that with Bush being with allegedly on the surface being a good family man, I don't think Bush really had anything to do with that. But there again, NBC was shaken up anyway. They were, see, like I said, always look at the backstory. When people get rid of people, don't look at it as, see, some people are so quick to be reactive to a situation instead of looking at the proactive result of it. Why did they get rid of Billy Bush like that real quick, See, whenever you get rid of somebody, a slot can open up. So therefore, it could have been debated. Who we going to get? We get rid of who we going to get. Oh, let's get such and such. Once they figure out who the such and such is going to be, your ass is gone. But anyway, like I said, I'm wrapping up here by saying simply that if you take a good look at Trump and look at his life and look at his situation between all the coochie he ran up in, he was in charge and owned Miss Universe, owned Miss America, so coochie was all, he paid for coochie. It was always there. Anytime you got 50 naive women in Miss America pageant, then you got Lord knows how many women in the Miss Universe pageant. And these are some of the finest damn women on the planet. And he was owning that shit. Owning it. Okay? Not going to it, not being a participant, not being a judge. He owned it. Okay? So out of all the 50 women, I'm sure there's a couple of naive jokers that was just like saying, oh, that's Trump, he's the owner. Oh, I'm out to go and give him some pussy. You never know. And it just came at him. But then his life itself, his first wife, having 3 kids, Eric, which is Redwine's boy, Donald Trump Jr., and what's his daughter's name? Ivanka. All right. And then Marla Maples. He got that little superstar, her daughter.
Tiffany.
Tiffany's always on cruises and shit, sailing the world, And then his wife now with the little boy. So that's 3 baby mamas. If he was a black president, they'd be all over his ass with baby mama. It would be baby mama drama jokes all over the comedic community. So anyway, just wrap things up. Take a harder look at Trump and see what he stands for, what he did, where he been, and whatever. He ain't nothing but a slinger. Ain't nothing special about him. So don't try to figure him out too tough. He's not that complicated.
Interesting.
That's it for me on that one.
Okay, now.
That was a good topic.
Yeah, just don't be too, he ain't nothing like, he's just what everybody else is, he's just slinging.
He is what he is.
He's just throwing around that bull semen, honey.
Oh, Lord. All right, let's go out to Hollywood. And what you got for us, Ketel, on the West Coast? I ain't messing with that.
Okay, we're going to get into this Hollywood wrap-up. I'm going to make it short and sweet. Everybody knows about the American Idol reboot. It's going to come out in 2018. We got some heavy hitters as far as the judges. They said they had a $50 million budget for the talent, and Miss Katy Perry, she took half of the budget. They giving her $25 million.
Wow.
They giving her, and she, check this out, she's worth $280 million. They want Katy Perry real bad.
Yeah, we're going to read about her with IRS.
That's another chapter in the book. I'm not going to get into that, Papa. They said she appeals to the younger audience, so that's why they wanted to grab Katy Perry and give her that amount of money. Also, they have. I'm sorry?
She's going to appeal to internal revenue. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Also, they have a contemporary country singer, Luke Bryan. He is the number one hitter in country right now.
Yeah, that's my main man. He's good.
70. Right. He's worth $70 million, but they giving him about $7 million for this particular show. Also, the last person to get on board was Lionel Richie. He's worth $200 million, but they only giving him $10 million. I guess they need to. I mean, my thing, they're just disrespecting Lionel Richie because they're giving him so few coins. But anyway.
Katy Perry got over on them jokers.
Yeah, but she's the hottest thing going on, and they're looking for a younger audience, so that's what they're appealing to. Even Ryan Seacrest, he's making more than Lionel Richie. He's making $15 million. He was making that when he left, but I guess he just said, "Just give me my old salary." So
that's crazy.
Look for that in 2018 to come out. They're doing the auditions and everything now, so we'll see all the crazy stuff. So let's look for that in 2018. I think it's going to be on a new network because Fox canceled that this past spring. So we have to see what network that's going to come on.
Probably on ABC, being they were doing a lot of promoting on ABC.
Yeah, right. It's on ABC. So it's probably on ABC now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But I'm just going to talk about a few movies to check out this weekend, which I am going to check out. The Mountain Between Us with Kate Winslet and Idris Elba.
Ooh, wait.
Oh, boy. I knew that was coming. This film is about, it's a tragic plane crash. Two strangers, they connect and they get stranded. So with Idris Elba and Kate Winslet, this should be interesting. I can't wait to see it. This budget was $35 million to make this one. I was like, okay, let's see how much they're going to make in the first week. But everybody knows Kate Winslet. She's won 4 Golden Globe Awards, a Grammy, 3 Screen Actors Guild Awards. She was the youngest person to receive 6 Academy Award nominations. And she's won an honorary Caesar Award in 2012. I know all the ladies are familiar with Idris Elba. His name is Idris Acuna Elba. He's from England. Everybody, a lot of people don't know that. He's an actor, producer, musician, and a DJ. I was like, okay. So he came from he came from the HBO. He did the series, HBO series, The Wire. He's done that character Luther on the BBC series, Luther. He's also done Nelson Mandela. He was nominated 4 times for Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, and he's nominated 5 times for the Primetime Emmy Award. My thing is, you got to win that thing. He's been nominated, but he ain't won nothing. Okay, but he's still fine, like you said, Redwine.
I know that's
also,
right.
Also, Tyler Perry. He has Boo 2. The first Boo, check this out. The first Boo was called Boo A Medea Halloween. It had basically the same characters in it, and it had quite a bit of parodies in it, like the thing from Poltergeist, the zombies, and all of that. But check this out. This film originated from Perry and Chris Rock, including a fictitious Medea Halloween movie in Rock's 2014 film Top 5. Remember that? Did you guys see Top 5 with Chris Rock?
I didn't see it, but I saw the trailer for it.
Okay. They were talking about a movie called Boo in that particular film, and I guess they got to talking, Tyler Perry and Chris Rock, and they created this movie, Boo, the first one, and Boo 2 comes out this weekend. I'm like, okay, Tyler Perry, let's see what's going to happen. It's called Boot 2 of Medea Halloween. So if you guys want to sit back with your popcorn and laugh your butt off, go see that. Also, one last interesting movie with Denzel. Denzel's the man, as usual. He plays a lawyer in this particular movie. It's called Roman J. Israel Esquire. And it stars Denzel Washington and also Colin Farrell. So that doesn't come out until November, but just check that out on online and just look at the previews. So that's called Roman J. Israel Esquire. Also, we got some birthdays today. Elizabeth Shue, she's an American actress. She played in movies like Cocktail, Back to the Future 2, and so on. She's won several awards, Golden Globe Awards, and a few Academy Awards also. Steve Scalise, that's the United States representative that just came back from, being shot, about 4 or 5 months ago?
Oh, yeah.
That's his birthday yesterday, right? Tom Dungy, the coach. He was the coach of several teams, Tampa Bay and Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, yeah,
also,
Tommy Dungy.
Yeah. People may not be familiar with this name, Jerry Heller. He was the CEO of Ruthless Records. He started the careers of NWA and Eazy-E. Also, back in the 60s and the 70s, Elton John, Pink Floyd, Marvin Gaye. So he was big time with him. So that's the CEO of Ruthless Records, Jerry Heller. I've heard the name before. Also, Fannie Lou Hamer. Are you familiar with that name?
I am familiar with her name.
Okay. She was an American voting rights activist, leader in the civil rights movement, and philanthropist who worked primarily in Mississippi. She was instrumental in organizing the Mississippi's Freedom Summer for the Student Nonviolent Committee, and she was the vice chair of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party also. So she was very prevalent. Fannie Lou Hamer. And also Lonnie Johnson. He was an inventor, American inventor and engineer who holds more than 80 patents. Johnson is best known for inventing the Super Soaker water gun, which has ranked among the world's top 20 best toys ever released. Remember the giant water gun?
Yeah.
Lonnie Johnson, inventor, yeah. His birthday's the day.
Yeah, I banned those in my house.
Okay, I understand. But he invented it, so. All right, that's it. That's my Hollywood wrap-up. But that's all, folks.
All right, good one. Thank you, Ketel. All right.
You're welcome.
I'll move right into the cocktail of the week. I got a good one for you this week. If you like gin-based cocktails, you're going to like this one. So, this, let's see, what's it called? It's called I can't say it. The Rookery. I guess I need to step away from the glass. This is called the Rookery. The ingredients are 2 ounces of Hendrick's gin, ½ ounce lime juice, ½ ounce of basil simple syrup, and 3 dashes of the Bitter Truth cucumber bitters. So you put all the ingredients in a shaker with ice, shake it well, shake it, strain it into a martini glass, and garnish it with a thin slice of cucumber. Now, if you don't know how to make the basil simple syrup, you need a cup of sugar, cup of water, and 10 to 15 leaves of fresh basil. Put it in a medium saucepan, bring it to a boil, and then you want to bring the water and the sugar to a medium boil. Then you want to add the basil. Let it simmer, turn the heat down, let it simmer for about 20 minutes, and then strain that into a glass container, like a mason jar. And you can refrigerate it until you're ready to use it. So when you want to make this drink, you only need a ½ an ounce of that basil simple syrup. but that gives it like an herbaceous flavor along with the lime and the gin. It's really, really good. Trust me on this one. This is called the Rookery. That's Rookery. We will have the recipe and a picture of the finished product on apajamaparty.com. Click on Cocktail of the Week. Probably the interns will have it up by tomorrow, and you'll be able to get that information. Let's talk about the Kiss It list. Back to you, Papa. Tell us about what the Kiss It list is.
Kiss It list is anybody that showed their butt hiney last week, act a fool, played themselves, and we got a few of them.
I got a few, yeah. I can start out with that Congressman, Tim Murphy.
Tim Murphy.
The one who his mistress busted him out talking about she was pregnant. He's the anti-abortion guy but wanted to have her to have an abortion. He's on the list. Trump is on the list for quite a few things. One for his statements in Puerto Rico. Another for his statements in Las Vegas. He went to Vegas and met with the survivors, people that were injured, and said that it was a great meeting. I enjoyed going out to talk to the people. It's like, dude, this is not a happy occasion. Wake up. So he's on the list. The freaks at the electronics show that molested that sex robot, they're on the Kiss It list. Also, the State Street Corporation, that whole situation with them being sued for discrimination. We got Cam Newton for making a crazy statement. The Colorado
and the chick.
lottery
Don't forget
scammer.
about the chick.
Oh, yeah, her too.
Her too.
The reporter. The Colorado lottery scammers. Got them on the list. Anybody else?
Brian Johnson from the Weird News. Crazy Self.
Oh, yeah.
Robin Folks.
Okay. Anybody else, Papa? Anybody else?
That's all I got.
Okay. Did we say? Oh, I want to add. What's his name? Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan.
Eddie Monster.
Yeah, Eddie Monster. You know, for trying to be so passive about that Tim Murphy situation. He needed to just come right out and say, dude is a freak, you need to get out of here. But he tried to soft pedal it, so I'm putting him on the Kiss It list. And anybody else who showed off, all the managers, the bosses, and everybody who showed their behind this week, and even if we didn't have your name, you know who you are. This is just for all of you.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. You can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. Remember Ketel?
Hello.
Out there?
Yep.
And Redwine.
That's me.
All right.
All right, last word. What's your last word, Papa?
My last word is to, be safe, take care of yourself, and just know that there's a lot going on. Be careful. And Bill Cosby, take notes of these jokers out here doing their thing. I'm telling you, brother. Don't go to jail. So many heathens out there.
All right. This is Redwine, and my last word is our hearts are broken for the people who lost their lives and those that were injured in Vegas and the people suffering in Puerto Rico and in Texas and in Florida with the hurricane. Hope you get the help you need. Shout out to Squiggy. And I'll go to you, Ketel. What's your last word?
Yeah, my last word is I'm going to piggyback of you guys. Have some compassion for Las Vegas, Puerto Rico, Florida, and Texas. If you guys are able to give anything, $1, text it to Red Cross or an organization that you think is going to do the best with your money, do it. And also, mental health. Mental health is so serious now. If you feel as if you can't go on, or you feel that you're at a breaking point, go get some help. Go lay down on somebody's couch or talk to somebody outside of your regular realm of people, but get some help. That's my last word. I'm out.
All right now. Pajama Party Crew, we're out. Check us out next week and visit apajamaparty.com. Signing out. Night.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, growing sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party, party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, growing sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party, party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, growing sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party, party crew.